Hi you guys, this is Nicole from My Carolina Garden, and it is Memorial Day weekend, which is the unofficial kickoff to summer. Growing up, these are the times when people were making sure their pools were open and their boats got in the water. As gardeners, this is the time when we're past our last average frost dates, and we are so thrilled to be seeing all the amazing things that are in our garden shining fully awake. I garden in Zone 8B in southeastern North Carolina, so while our pools don't have to be winterized and it is always boating season here, we still have to follow the same rules as everybody else in terms of gardening. So our light requirements, our soil, all of that type of stuff. What I want to show you right now that's happening in my Memorial Day weekend garden is that my lilies are just bursting to life all over the place. So I have daylilies right here. Now we have tons of buds on them that haven't opened yet, but right here you can see I have a dark red daylily that has opened, and I have other ones in other parts of my yard as well that I will point out. But this is a lily time of year for me. I also want to show how my canna lilies right here are also starting to burst up and just have all sorts of blooms on them. If you step back and just see the colorful blooms, looks gorgeous. If you were with me in April, you remember how glorious this wisteria was. Oh my goodness, so many plentiful blooms. Well, while that show is over, look at all the purple flowers I have on my wisteria again. So it's not just the foliage this time of year, but more purple. However, I mentioned lilies. Look at my glorious Asiatic lily. This lily right now is measuring at 40 inches tall. These lilies are known to get to be more like 5 or 6 feet tall, so I probably have another 1.5 feet for this flower to grow. But it is such a standout plant this time of year. Hello, lilies! You know what else? My coneflowers are so amazing, specifically my echinacea. This is the red salsa sombrero echinacea, and it is it's got a lot of bee activity, so I don't actually want to put my fingers near it, but it is, oh my gosh, so beautiful and amazing. And out in my front yard, I have the double scoop echinacea, 2 different colors of that, just the regular pinkish, purplish echinacea. And what else do I have out there? I have the orange salsa sombrero style as well. All of them have flowers on them. My pink dahlia right here is also looking amazing. I have a little lizard that's sitting on top right now, and I really don't want to scare him off. But the dahlia, I have a few different varieties of dahlia right now. This style right here is what is already in bloom. I also have some illusion dahlias that aren't quite ready yet, but this excites me because, I'm literally watching him eat a Japanese beetle. Let me see if I can film that. I lost my train of thought with the lizard there, but I didn't even realize that lizards ate Japanese beetles. I have so many lizards around. That just thrills me to no end. While we're on the lily kick, I just wanted to show my red daylilies that were not in bloom last time I gave a garden tour. These guys have been going for longer than that. And by the way, we had a tremendous rain yesterday, so everything is really saturated, but still, more lilies. So while my daylilies and other things are coming into bloom, I also have more cannas that are beginning to put on height. And this one, my favorite variegated canna, is finally starting to bud up. This will be my first time I'm having flowers. This canna was given to me, so I am not sure of the exact variety of it, but this one is the Happy Cleo. And Happy Cleo certainly does look happy, except for the fact that I see a Japanese beetle in here, so that has to be treated. The next thing in my poolside garden that I need to mention are my banana trees. Do you see how much height I already have on my banana trees? And here it is in May. The reason for this is these are the hardy bananas, and I did not trim them back to the ground this year. So that was vital for me. If you trim them back to the ground, you're gonna end up starting from square one again in height. They start out lower. If you don't trim them that low, yeah, you have to deal with the kind of ugly brown stalk for the winter time, but you already get this automatic built-in height the next growing season. Not that long ago, I changed out all the plantings that were inside of my waterfall, and I put in all mandevilla. I have to say that even though I don't have tons of blooms open yet, the plants are getting bigger, which is nice. We're gonna see how this works out with the mandevilla. Not having a trellis in this space, I'm hoping they'll kind of just maybe get a little droopy and sort of look like a little bit of a bushier plant up here, but we'll see. I love the red mandevilla, and then this is pink in a pot, just kind of here as a little bit of a placeholder until this gets a lot more luscious. Right here are my Bengal tiger canna lilies, and oh my gosh, with the variegated foliage, I am looking forward to them getting even taller, and then they're gonna put out their orange flowers. But I do have to show you one of the canna lilies. I just divided it up. I had it in the greenhouse probably only 2 weeks in advance of when these things were coming out of the ground. I put it into a pot. Let me show you how huge it is inside of its pot. Just with the 2-week jump start of having that plant in the greenhouse, just to kind of avoid those last minute temperature dips, I have this glorious Bengal tiger. Now this one, as you can see, already has a bud on it that's gonna be opening probably in the next few days. But the height on these leaves, I mean, dare I say, it is double the size of the plants that are in the ground, which of course is very unusual. So they'll catch up inevitably, but oh my gosh, I am loving this gorgeous beauty. And of course, I can never say enough good things about my bougainvillea, so there it is, just looking pretty as always. Something that I would love to point out about hibiscus, this is the Fiesta hibiscus. I have some buds on it now, and a bloom that really is completely done. But what I wanted to say was, this hibiscus was not looking good at all, even at the start of the spring. So I just clipped it all back. It had lost its leaves over the winter time, even though it was kept indoors. And like I said, just not looking good. Clipped it all back and it leafed out gorgeously. So that is just something to keep in mind. If you have a hibiscus, especially one that you've kept indoors and it's not looking great, just clip it back, and then this is what happens. No complaints here. Hi, have I mentioned lilies? I have yet another Asiatic lily over here. This yellow is called a tiny nugget. So that means we're not gonna see the same kind of height on this one as we do on the pink one, that pink one that gets to be about 5 to 6 feet tall. This one's gonna be more like 18 inches tall, which is perfect for this space because I actually have a whole set of daylilies right behind it that are just gonna bloom a little bit later. This spot in the garden is just so perfect because it is a transitional area. This pot right here is a winter and fall arrangement. So we have the decorative kale, we have the mums, creeping Jenny, fine. This is looking really good right now. Probably gonna start suffering once the heat really sets in for a long period of time. But yet right here beside me is a perennial hibiscus. This is the first time I've ever had this one, and it's called the Texas Star Red Hibiscus. So it has put on so much height this season already. I cannot wait to see what happens when these red blooms just start popping out of it. So kind of winter, kind of summer. This is a spot in my garden that is just the perfect show of what you want your summer vibrant colors to be. This is when color combinations really come into play and they can just make all the difference in the world. Now, technically blue and orange are complementary colors. If you're an artist or an art person, they're across from each other on the color wheel. But blue and yellow are still a fabulous combination of a warm tone and a cool tone being together. So while my evening primrose is blooming like this with my gorgeous hydrangea, I just had to spotlight it one more time. I just love spring and summer in the garden so much. I hope everyone is having an awesome time working on their gardens and planting beautiful things and just making everything around them feel amazing. Happy unofficial start to summer. Everybody enjoy. We'll see you next time. Happy planting.